He has spoken on the topics faith, family and freedom in Cuba, Belgium, Brazil, Congo, UK and all over the USA to crowds from 14 to 40,000. International leadership speaker, trainer and coach. Author of Learn to Raw Leadership, Attitude Hack, Live a More Excellent Life, 5 Battle Strategies of a Victorious Warrior. 2021 President's Lifetime Achievement Award recipient. Founding partner of the John Maxwell team. Toastmaster International Speech Competition semi-finalist. Founder of Tell It Like It Is TV, ThatGuyRocks.com and ThatGuySpeaks.com. Creator of Story Power TV, Transforming Grace TV, and Leading Leaders Podcast. Producer of 4 TV programs and podcasts for Liftable TV and World Trumpet Television as well as multiple social media channels. Please help me welcome J Loren Norris.
For many, many years of my life, I truly believed the statement, the rich get richer and the poor go broke. And it's the rich's fault. That was a narrative. It was a narrative that people around me lived by and taught. And part of the reason that they did was because they'd seen so many people, in their eyes, step on other people to get rich. They'd seen people who were corrupt, who would lie without even taking a breath. Didn't bother them at all to lie as long as, at the end of the day, they got rich doing it. It was all about the money. There was nothing about the people. And if you've lived in a tainted worldview like that for as long as I have, I'm sorry. But I want to talk to you about another side of leadership on this episode of Leading Leaders.
Subscribe now for our extensive video library of leadership lessons promoting faith, family, and freedom.
I'm J Loren Norris with Leading Leaders Podcast, and I can tell you it's been a revolution in my own mind, a revelation in my own understanding, to see that there are people who set goals of financial gain that have nothing to do with themselves. Let that settle in for a minute, because the truth of that might blow you away. Now, I served in the military. I served in the military during Desert Storm. I served in the military in Honduras when the base was shut down because of the terrorism around the base trying to kill American soldiers. I served in the military as a firefighter, dragging people from burning cars and burning buildings. As a volunteer firefighter, I've dragged people from crashed cars, burning buildings. It is my job as a firefighter. Some would say it takes a certain kind of leadership to be a first responder. I would say if you look at 9/11, there's pretty good evidence to that. If you look on a daily basis at first responders and what they do, there's a really good evidence to that. But see, leaders aren't just the people who storm the gates of hell, so to speak, charging into the fire, charging into the car wreck, charging into the violence, charging into the problem to save somebody else. Soldiers do it, police officers do it, firefighters do it, nurses do it. They charge the most risky environments in the world for somebody else. But they're not the only leaders. Now, there are still leaders who, without a shadow of a doubt, are corrupt. They are profit-seeking, profit engineers. And they will engineer society, they will engineer businesses, they will engineer governments, they will engineer crises for the purpose of their own profit and their own power. Those are not the people I want to focus on today. Today I want to focus on those leaders who have determined in themselves to do something to better the world they live in. And they realize that one of the primary tools through which we bring about significant change is money. And people who have little money or have access to little money, well, they make little change or none at all. It is those people who are leaders and influencers who either have found the way to earn the money, or found the way to raise the money, or found the way to affiliate themselves with people who have the money who get work done. You might see someone like a Tony Robbins as a great example, who started off his own story. It's in all of his books. Grab money and read the book. Listen to him talk about when he was growing up. What made Tony Robbins who he is today was an incident where he watched his father turn away a turkey that was being given because his pride would not allow him to accept help. And Tony said, not only will I not be the family so proud to be broke that I won't receive help, I will be the one giving away the help. And he spent the next several years of his life, in fact, it has become a passion of his life, to study what is it in the mind that makes some people wealthy and others broke. And he has nailed it. And he has brought a lot of people out of a poverty mindset and financially out of a poverty lifestyle because he was determined not just to have the turkey for himself, but to have enough to give turkeys away. And I believe at last count, he's over 2 million turkeys every year at Thanksgiving that his foundation gives away. That's pretty significant help. And you got to be a leader to do that. A true story, it's not all his money. No, he's raising up other people to say, I too want to help. I'll give from what I have. Maybe I don't have as much as you, but I will give from what I have. I will be a leader. I will put my money in. I will make a difference in other people's lives. It may be little money, but at least it's a start. Well, that's where Tony started. 10 turkeys, 100 turkeys, 1,000 turkeys, 100,000 turkeys, 500,000 turkeys, 1,000,000 turkeys. No, it didn't happen overnight. But it would have never happened if he didn't have the vision to do something greater than line his own pockets and drive fancy cars. I want you to understand there are a whole lot of people out there today who are all about getting that money. They want to have a stack of fancy cars. They want to have their perfect mate on their arm. They want to have the fancy house. They want to make the videos and tell you just how successful they've been. But until you ask the question, who have you helped? Who have you helped? If they can't answer that question, they're not really a leader. They're just after the money. But see, leaders pursue wealth because they love. Let me say that again. Leaders pursue wealth because they love. Now, in the back of your mind, I know you're thinking, ... leaders pursue wealth because they love wealth. No, leaders pursue wealth because they love people. They make sacrifices of their own time, sacrifices of their own financial investments, sacrifices and risks of their own relationships sometimes, because they love people and they want to help. And they realize if I've got $10, I can only help so many people. If I've got 10 million, I can help a whole lot more people. Whether I start with my own family, my kids, my spouse, my parents, or I start with my local community. Mother Teresa didn't have a whole lot of money to her name, but Mother Teresa knew how to get wealth. She knew how to build the relationships by truly proving what she was doing good in the world. Mother Teresa loved people. And because she loved people the way that she did, people came to her with the money they had earned and said, make my money count. I'm not asking for an ROI in the bank to show up on my transcripts. I don't want it to show up in a new car in my yard or a new house on my docket. I'm not even looking for a real estate return. I want to know that people's lives are changed by the money that I've earned. And they put it in the hands of Mother Teresa and others like her. Trying to think of the name of Samaritan's Purse, another one founded by Billy Graham and the Evangelistic Crusades, Catholic Charities, the Baptist Men. There are hundreds of charities all over the world that are run for the purpose of helping people because leaders love. They love people. They also love leadership. They understand that leadership is influence, nothing more and nothing less. If you're curious about the impact that leaders have, look at John Maxwell in a different light and stop for a moment from pursuing him only as a mentor or a teacher and ask, what has he done in the world? And you'll find that there are more than 1 million people whose lives have been radically transformed, having spent $0 and 0 cents to be engaged with John Maxwell. Work that he has done, books that he has written, content that he has produced, study that he has toiled over for decades, given away. Because the people that he's given it to, he loves. When you find yourself serving in the capacity as a leader, and you can't genuinely say, I love the people that I lead, I care about them, I have affection for them, they mean something to me, they're important to me, their well-being is important to me, then you're not leading out of love, you're leading out of selfish gain. You're leading because you want to see you in a better place. You want to see you promoted. You want to see you with another title, with another zero behind your net investment account. Stop it. Zig Ziglar says, if you will help enough other people get what they want out of life, you will get what you want out of life. That doesn't mean you don't have to sacrifice. It doesn't mean you don't have to do the hard things. It doesn't mean you don't have to pay the price. All of those are imminent. They're coming. You will have to sacrifice, do hard things, pay the price. That's the way that life works. It's like the little tree in the wind. If there's no resistance pushing the tree one way and the other, the roots don't go deep enough to make it strong when a storm comes. It's true of you. If you never face resistance, then you'll never grow strong enough when the storm comes. You got to get out of the boat and face the storm. That's how you prove that you love people. That's how you prove that you're a leader. You do the hard things. But see, the people who seek after themselves, they often run from the hard things. They sacrifice others to get their own wealth rather than sacrificing themselves to help others. So long as you're watching someone who's seeking after a dollar figure only, you will see someone who is selfish in their leadership. If you want to be a genuine leader, find the place that you care about others. Find the calling on your life that says, that group of people, I'm called to serve them. Now realize, and I just heard this recently, it was a great challenge to me in my own thinking, but someone said, if you're chasing your passion, you may find your purpose, but not your profitability. If you're chasing your passion, you may find your purpose, but not your profitability. If you can separate the two for a moment and say, this is what I would do because I love to do it. This is what I would do because it lights me up. This is what I would do because I know I can change people's lives. But it doesn't pay well, and sometimes it costs a lot. Don't abandon that because it doesn't pay well. Ask yourself instead, what could I do over here that would generate enough profit that would let me live that passion? Sometimes they're the same. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes it depends on your calling, your gift set, your skill set, and changes in economy. There was a season when people who could paint, like Michelangelo, could paint, and that's all they had to do. There were economies where musicians who play nothing but piano, they don't sing, they don't write, they just play piano, make hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. And then there are days that people who love to write rap music have made millions and millions of dollars. And I still ask the question, has your wealth made you a better leader, or is your wealth the end game? Passion and profitability may not be the same thing. That's okay. You still have to finance your passions. Whether you finance it because you're earning the money, or you're finding out who has the money to finance your passion so that you can execute it. You can be Tony Robbins and build the wealth of millions so that you can do the thing that your heart says has to be done, give food to millions. Or you can be Mother Teresa and find the people who have your money so you can do the work and they can provide the money. Or you might be right in the middle where you're doing the work, you're helping people, and it's all coming out of your own pocket. Any one of those is good. Here's what's not good. Getting the money so that you can feel better about yourself because you have an identity crisis to begin with. That's not good leadership. That's corrupt selfishness. Some would call it selfish ambition, selfish gain. If that's all you're after, probably spend some time alone staring off into the sky and asking, why am I on this earth in the first place? I'm just saying. But I do know this for a fact. Genuine leaders love. They love leadership. They love helping. They love making a difference in the world. They love bringing big change to the world. And they love people. I challenge you to be a leader like that. I'm J Loren Norris with Leading Leaders Podcast, or Tell It Like It Is TV. Have a blessed day.
Loren is a master teacher on storytelling, and I learned so much. I'm really going to have to sit down and go back through everything, and I think I might have to have some more coffees with Loren, but it was totally worth my time, and I really highly recommend it if you're looking to grow your ministry, grow your business, grow your career. Loren will serve you well.
Thank you.